In this video, I want to talk to you about how to take C++ to the next level. Now, once you complete this course, you're going to need to continue on with C++. And I just want to kind of encourage you here and help you avoid becoming discouraged. And the basic thing you need to understand is that C++ proficiency will come, but only with practice and study and practice and so forth. You need to concentrate on understanding the basic operation of C++ and its syntax. Get very comfortable with that. If you've never worked with a C-type language, make sure that you understand how the syntax works. Get very comfortable with how to read it and how to understand what's going on. And then you need to learn the tools, and notice I've got tools in quotes there, and by that I mean things like classes and objects. I'm talking about software constructs within the language. How to build classes, how to instantiate objects and manage those things in memory, or your containers like your vectors and all those things, and then the standard template library. I would do some reading on that, play with some various functionalities that are out there in that. And here's probably one of the key things that I always tell people who are coming in to programming. Because when I first came into programming, I was coming out of the networking world, and I wanted to just buy a book that gave me, the cable links and the capacities and all that. And unfortunately, in programming, it doesn't happen that way, okay? The secret to understanding almost any programming language, once you get past syntax, is to have an understanding of how the memory is managed and how actions are taken under the hood, because performance and stability are directly related to how well you understand what your language is doing under the hood, especially when it comes to memory management, efficiency of using different objects and so forth. And that is certainly true of C++. Now, I've already mentioned it's going to come with practice and study. All right, your program design and structure is going to feel a little bizarre at first. Just notice your second program is going to be better than the first. Your third program will be better than the second, and you can probably sense a trend here. All right, but always pay close attention to your design and structure. How could I make this more efficient? Especially, how could I have made this more object oriented? And how could I have made it more granular, if you will, or make each particular object or each particular function only do one thing, or do a very closely related set of things, so that when I have to come back and make changes, and you inevitably will have to come back and make changes, then I can make those changes in isolation, and I know that I won't break 6 other parts of the program trying to make one correction. All right, now I've already mentioned this, but I'm going to say it one more time. You cannot read or study your way to being a great programmer. Grab some resources that you like, some resources that speak your language you can understand. Read and study all you want to, but then go get your hands on some code. Write the code out. You learn so much every time that compiler throws it back at you and says, nah, I can't do this. And it throws some bizarre error message, and it takes a few minutes to figure that out. But once you do, you just learned something. And so that really becomes the secret to learning how to program. Read, study, understand the theory behind it, but then get your hands dirty, get out there and write lots of bad code, and your code will get better and better and better. And as you read and study and write, your understanding of C++ will deepen, your abilities with it will grow, and before you know it, you will find yourself writing some very nice programs.